And with me now is Peter MacKay, the former Foreign Affairs Minister. He was in attendance. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. So
Pleasure, Laura.
This is an annual event, but is there more significance to it this year given the rising geopolitical tensions?
I think so. I mean, it's clear and it's on everyone's lips, the tensions geopolitically around the world, certain regions obviously more than others. There was a proposal, let's call it, yesterday with respect to Ukraine. A lot of talk about the rise of tensions in the South China Sea. And of course, still much to do in the Middle East on the Israel file. So there is a tremendous amount of discussion happening in the hallways, in the set pieces here at Halifax, and a general feeling of at least pointing in the right direction. And from a Canadian perspective, the investments that are proposed, the opportunity that exists for Canada to play a more significant role, I think has never been higher.
I just want to clarify that you were in attendance at the Halifax summit. Now, how important is that summit to Canada's standing on the world stage?
Well, I think it brings together a lot of leadership. It brings together Canadians to interact directly with their counterparts in other NATO countries. And look, to be very clear, the cost of entry is democracy. That is, these are governments that are democratically elected, although we have people here from other parts of the world, from Iran, from Venezuela, from countries that don't have the benefit of democracies, but are bringing perspectives that are very important about how we deal with some of the most intractable problems, some of the conflicts that are raging in the world today, some of the very, very difficult places where democracy can't flourish. And that has been an underlying theme throughout. And this democracy conference, in its 17th year, has always been a place to bring people together, to talk about some of these intractable issues, and for Canada to be front and center, for Canada to actually play a very important leadership role when it comes to getting to a better place. This is where the good guys come to have those discussions.
So with that said, how can the Canadian government use this conference to its advantage to advance global relations here?
Well, being able to interact directly, I think, is the short answer. Being able to have discussions that are not always best held in public, but at the same time, you're able to sit down and get perspectives, shared perspectives, even disagree respectfully, which is an important part of democratic debate. And Canada, I think, has a well-earned reputation for being a country that hosts this type of discussion. And yet we have a very proud military history. We have made major contributions around the world throughout our entire history, in fact. And a lot of the discussion here as well, as you would imagine, keys in with the private sector. And so I mentioned earlier the investments that are proposed. We in Halifax are very proud of it being the home of the Royal Canadian Navy. We have a lot of companies here, a lot of universities that are involved in innovation and tech solutions. And so this is a place where it all comes together. And collaborating with our allies, but also bringing the private sector and government officials and provincial and municipal people together to have leads us to a better place.
All right, thank you for taking the time to chat with us from Halifax this morning. That is Peter MacKay, former Foreign Affairs Minister.